Yo, what's up guys? It's me, Zachary, back bringing some more daily NBA news, and the story that we have to talk about today, it's almost indescribable just how insane it really is. And I went to bed last night not being able to wait to wake up and talk about this today. Anyways, you guys are the real MVPs, are coming back each and every single day. And if you're new here, and you are also greatly appreciated, but make sure that you smack that sub button and hit the bell as well so you can stay up to date with everything that goes on in the NBA on a daily basis. But now, let's just get into what it is that we have to talk about today. But first, I do have to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, athleticcases.com. Basketball, baseball, football, or soccer, no matter what the sport, you guys can now rock your favorite player on the back of your phone. Use the promo code ZachLee for 10% off. Links are in the description box below. Alright, so first up and only up in the news today, we have what could possibly be one of the biggest stories of the century going on in the NBA world, as Sixers GM Bryan Colangelo has been accused of using fake Twitter accounts, multiple accounts, to criticize the organization, staff, and players within the organization. Like, this is a massive accusation, and if this is found out to be true, and trust me, the evidence is stacked quite heavily against Bryan Colangelo, this will ruin him. Anyways, let's dive into everything that just went down, because there is a lot, so bear with me here. To start off, this article was published by The Ringer, and according to them, they received an anonymous tip that Bryan Colangelo was secretly operating not just one but 5 fake Twitter accounts, and ever since then they have been following each of those accounts to try and verify the anonymous source's claims that it was indeed Colangelo behind all of them, and that he was using the platform to criticize NBA players, including Joel Embiid, Jahlil Okafor, and Nerlens Noel, publicly debate the decisions of his own coaching staff, as well as critique former Sixers GM Sam Hinkie, telegraph the trade the Sixers made to get Markelle Fultz in the NBA draft, and disclose non-public medical information about Okafor and gossip about Embiid and Fultz to members of the national Philadelphia media. And the 5 accounts in question are these. This one, which doesn't have a name or any post, but it follows a bunch of Philly media employees and agents, basically people that only someone high up in the organization, aka Bryan Colangelo, would know. Another one, which goes by the name of Eric Jr., that he used to tweet a lot on back in 2017, and this one was probably the worst of all of them, but we'll get into that in just a second. Next up, we have the one that goes by Honest Abe, followed up by Enough Hunk-Owned Sources, and lastly, Still Ballin'. Now, I can't personally see any of those accounts because they are privated now, and we'll touch on that in just a second too. So now on to the proof. What proof do we have that Bryan Colangelo owns these accounts? Because we can't just come out making these accusations without some hard evidence. So here's the proof that we have, and the first bit is this. The guy doing the investigation said that he emailed the Sixers and shared the names of 2 of the accounts, just 2 and not all 5, because he didn't want to tip them off to all 5 of them. So he brought it up to the Sixers and then waited to see if any changes would be made to any of the accounts. And the next day, a Philly media rep said that he would ask Colangelo if he knew anything about the accounts, and just a couple hours after the rep said that, both accounts switched from public to private, which is strike number 1. However, that isn't all the evidence that we have, as the Still Ballin' account would go on to unfollow 37 different people, all of which had personal connections to Bryan Colangelo. And this is when Bryan Colangelo came out and confirmed that one of the accounts actually was his, the one that had no name and no post, as Colangelo released this statement to the media. Like many of my colleagues in sports, I have used social media as a means to keep up with the news. While I have never posted anything whatsoever on social media, I used the Phila123456 Twitter account referenced in this story to monitor our industry and other current events. This storyline is disturbing to me on so many levels, as I am not familiar with any of the other accounts that have been brought to my attention, nor do I know who is behind them or what their motives may be in using them. So of course Colangelo is pleading that he isn't guilty, and only one of the accounts is his, the harmless one. But we are not done with the evidence yet, as all 5 accounts just had so much in common. But the most convincing is who they are following, as each of them follow either people that Colangelo used to or currently works with or for, from his old agent to his son's high school coaches to the CEO of a company that Colangelo is invested in. Of course, people within the Sixers organization and the media. I could go on and on and on. Each one of the 5 accounts was following all of these people and more. People that only Bryan Colangelo would be following. So the proof is there. There is tons and tons of proof. I'll have a full link to the article down in the description box below if you guys want to dig into this even deeper yourself. So now we've got some of the proof out of the way, let's talk about some of the things that Bryan Colangelo was supposedly saying on these Twitter accounts, and this is where it gets really messed up. For one of the comments, Colangelo was responding to another user who was blaming Colangelo for Embiid's health status as he tweeted out this: "JoJo is calling the shot. He's telling Dr. Daly how his knee feels, so blame him." Another one was a user bashing Colangelo, and Colangelo responded to them by saying, "Bryan Colangelo has done nothing but clean up Hinkie's mess. Hinkie got great pieces but couldn't make the puzzle work." And really, there were tons of tweets similar to that one that were praising Bryan Colangelo and bashing Sam Hinkie. For example, "You are crazy. Colangelo is cleaning up Hinkie's mistakes and being killed while keeping his mouth shut and protecting the team." After a Sixers fan page said the Philly fans deserve better than Colangelo, and he also went on to make another tweet saying, "I agree. I think Colangelo's reorganization of the franchise and his good work are making Hinkie look better than he could have made himself." So there were countless saying things along those lines, that Sam Hinkie was terrible and that Bryan Colangelo is the greatest thing to ever grace the Philadelphia 76ers organization. But it gets even worse. That's just the tip of the iceberg. For example, there was this quite interesting retweet that Bryan Colangelo retweeted that said, "Retweet this if you're a better center than Jahlil Okafor." Could you imagine an NBA GM retweeting a tweet that says, "Retweet this if you are a better center than one of your own players"? But of course, we don't stop there. Speaking of bashing players, this dude has it out for Nerlens Noel. He absolutely despises Nerlens Noel as he released a couple of tweets saying, "Noel is looking out for Noel, knows about Ja's knee, and he's using it for leverage. What a great teammate. He disgusts me." And follow that up with, "Yes, I want Noel gone over Ja. Ja has a bad knee, but is a class act. Noel is a selfish punk." Oh, but it doesn't end there. No. He even went as far as to badmouth Joel Embiid. And this one just might be the worst, as he said, "Too bad Embiid danced like a fool and the whole disaster happened. Next time, he will think twice before mocking his team." I can't make this stuff up, people. This is really happening. But it doesn't even end there. There is even more, as he took another shot at Joel Embiid, as when a tweet last year that asked if Dario Saric should be Rookie of the Year, Colangelo said this: "Yes, he takes naps, or not takes naps, but he doesn't dance shirtless. Love him." And saving the best for last, he also said this: "Alternative fact, Joel Embiid is not the future of the franchise, so who cares if he's not 100%? Let's exploit him." Guys, this is the GM of a team accused of saying all these things, and the evidence is stacked against him. He just said, let's exploit Joel Embiid. Who cares if he's not at 100%? And I could go on and on and on about this stuff too. There were hundreds on hundreds of tweets from Bryan Colangelo saying things about the Sixers organization, the players, Sam Hinkie, etc. And this was just on one of his 5 burner accounts. Just one. There are really no words to explain how dumb, just how utterly dumb you would have to be in order to do something like this. Anyways, you already know that Joel Embiid himself was going to have to respond to this, and he did on Twitter by saying this: "Joel just told me that Sam Hinkie is better and smarter than you," tweeted at Eric Jr. account, hashtag burner account. However, he did later come out and say this: "I talked to him and he said that he didn't say that. He called me just to deny the story. Gotta believe him until proven otherwise. If true though, that would be really bad." Later, taking to Twitter to release a similar message: "Fun night on Twitter. All jokes aside, I don't believe the story. That would just be insane. This is one of those things that sounds too crazy, to believe. I do agree with Joel Embiid here, and it sounds like he's taking the approach of innocent until proven guilty, which is understandable. But then again, all of the evidence is pointing directly at Bryan Colangelo. No one on earth will be following those people on all 5 accounts besides Bryan Colangelo. And the fact that a couple of the accounts went private immediately after they were brought up to him is already suspicious. And then they started unfollowing a lot of people. That's even more suspicious. This whole thing isn't a good look for Bryan Colangelo. Now, as far as if he will ever be proven guilty, we did get word that the Philadelphia 76ers are launching an all-out investigation into this case, as they released this statement shortly after the news went viral. An online media outlet filed a story linking multiple social media accounts to 76ers president of basketball operations Bryan Colangelo. The allegations are serious, and we have commenced an independent investigation into the matter. We will report with the results of the investigation as soon as it is concluded. It ain't looking too good for Colangelo right now. It ain't looking good at all. If and when he is found guilty of this, who knows what could happen. This dude could possibly be pressed with charges for leaking sensitive information and just doing a bunch of dumb stuff. So yeah, it really ain't looking good for Bryan Colangelo. And that is going to bring us to the question of the day, guys. I just want to know what you guys think. Do you think Bryan Colangelo is innocent? Is he guilty? Let me know down in the comment section below. But that is going to do it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more daily NBA news. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see all of you right back here tomorrow. But until then, keep getting the bucks to my CC. I am out of here. Peace.